Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am in a real good mood and I think I should do some makeup. I've actually been very intrigued by the one layer makeup kind of technique. It's going kind of viral on Instagram. Chloe Morello, who's a YouTuber, and she's someone I've followed for years and years and years. She recently created this reel where she did her entire full face of makeup, including foundation, concealer, blush, contour and stuff in one layer, meaning she took her foundation, liquid blush, concealer, dotted it all over her face at the same time and then blended it out. So what that basically means is you're applying all of these products in one layer, so you're not building on top of your foundation. So traditionally when we do makeup, we put on foundation, then concealer, then blush, then contour and stuff like that. Obviously the process can be different for everyone, but that's usually how it goes. You first put on foundation and then you put on other products over top of it. But this technique is kind of intriguing because you're blending all of them at the same time, so you're not applying as much makeup on top. I'm not sure if it's making sense, but you'll see. I've never tried it before. I'll be doing it for the first time today with you and I'm very excited. So let's just get into it. I want to prep my skin first before I start with the makeup. So here I have just 2 cotton pads with some micellar water. I did take a shower, wash my face and everything, but it's been a while. I just want to do a quick cleanse. I have a new friend today. We're gonna name her Cindy. She looks like a Cindy to me. If you're new here, my name is Prerna. Welcome to my channel. So skin is cleansed. Now I'm gonna get into my serum. So the serum that I'm gonna be using today is the Dermaco 5% Vitamin C Daily Face Serum. So they've come out with like new serums that are very low in concentration. So these are serums that you can use almost every day. Not almost, I think you can use them every day because they're all at like 5% concentrations. I'm going to be using the vitamin C one. They also sent me the 5% niacinamide. So if you're looking for serums that again you can use every day but you still want slow and steady results, this is a brilliant product to try and have in your skincare routine. So I'm just going to take 3 to 5 drops and apply it all over my face. Again, Dermaco serums, very lightweight, very watery, and they just sink in immediately into your skin. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like anytime I put on makeup, by the time I take it off, my skin starts looking kind of dull, which is why I noticed anytime that I was wearing a kind of like an antioxidant based serum underneath my makeup, my skin actually glowed by the time I took it off. So I made a point to always put on an antioxidant serum underneath, and that is exactly why I chose the vitamin C one today. It has vitamin C and ferulic acid. Ferulic acid is also a very strong, potent antioxidant. So these are going to do a lot of good for your skin. And similarly for niacinamide, you guys know how much I love niacinamide. It helps with sebum control, it helps with acne, it helps with kind of brightening up your skin and so much more. This is also a very good product to try if you're like a beginner, because these again, like I mentioned, are very low in concentration. So these are kind of like safer products to try compared to some other serums that might be available in the market that have kind of a high concentration of actives. These are much more safe and much more kind of dependable, and you definitely can use them every day. Just one thing, like I always mention, if you're using active based skincare, even if it's low in concentration, please make sure that you're wearing sunscreen. You should be wearing sunscreen no matter what, even if you don't use stuff like this, but when you're using it, it becomes even more important. And I like the fact that it's very watery and not like overly slimy and greasy and just dewy, because even though I love dewy skin, I would like to replicate dewy skin with makeup. The dewier your skin gets because of skincare, the more chances are of your makeup not actually sitting on your skin. It's gonna rub off very easily. So I like the fact that it's very lightweight, and because of the kind of formula that it has, I'm sure a lot of oily skin people will also enjoy this. This does not feel overly sticky or greasy or shiny. So if you're interested, you can check out the Dermaco products on their website, which is thedermaco.com. My code is Sharma2022. It's in all small letters, there's no capitals. And the code will get you a 20% discount on their website. The code is not going to work on combos and bundles because they're already at discounted prices. And if not on the website, you can check out their products on Amazon, Nykaa and Flipkart as well. And all the more reason to try their products is that every time you order from the Derma Co, they will link your order to a child that they help educate along with Bhumi, which is an NGO. They've actually pledged to help over 10,000 students this year. So I highly urge you to try either the vitamin C serum or the niacinamide, whichever one you like more. Now that I have my serum on, I'm just gonna put some moisturizer on. I'm not taking too much of it. And I'm gonna start applying it on my cheek area first and then take it everywhere else. I washed my hair today, which is why it looks like a mess. Anytime it looks like a mess, you are allowed to assume that I washed my hair, and I promise it looks better the next day. So please don't judge me. It's just very weird looking today. Anyway, now about the technique that I want to try. I have a disclaimer. I think this technique is very good for people who have found concealers, foundations, blushes, contour formulas that suit them shade-wise and formula-wise just straight out of the bottle. I rarely find products or foundations, concealers and stuff that just suit my skin tone straight out of the bottle, which is why I mix them a lot. I have mentioned that on my channel almost every time I do makeup tutorials. I think this technique can be very, very good for you. It can make your skin look very natural. It can cut down your application time by a lot if you find products that, like I mentioned, work for you straight out of the bottle. So I have here a bunch of foundations, concealers and just liquid and cream products that I use to do my makeup. So like you can see, I have a lot of discoloration on my face. I have some acne scarring, which is why I have to use kind of like a high coverage foundation, but I can thin it out according to my liking. Like my forehead is definitely much more clear, so to speak, compared to my cheeks, because I have a lot of scarring on my cheeks compared to my forehead. So I use the same product, but I put a thinner layer of it on my forehead. I just put a little bit more of it on my cheeks. And also, secondly, it can be kind of not problematic, but I don't know what word to use, but if you have discoloration on your face and you generally color correct your face every time you do your makeup, this can be a bit of a tricky thing to do, because you're gonna have to mix different products for different parts of your face, and that can be a bit time consuming, so it's actually defeating the purpose. Actually, before I start with anything else, I'll just do my brows, and once I have them on, we can begin the makeup. Brows are on. Now we can get into the base makeup, which is everything all at once. I'm just gonna run a brow gel through quickly. This is the same Revlon one I used in one of the videos I did with Amazon. I still love it. I still wear it every time I do my makeup. So I'm just gonna take some products that I generally use, which is my concealer. This is the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Natural Beige. This shade is a very good shade, but like I mentioned, doesn't suit me straight out of the bottle. I have to wear some kind of color correction underneath to make it work for me. This is a foundation. This is the Inglot HD Perfect Cover Up Foundation in the shade 82. It's got no other name. Just taking a bit of this. It is a bit too dark, so I'm gonna mix it with another foundation, which is gonna be the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation with SPF 15 in the shade Natural. And I'm also taking a bit of the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade, I'm not gonna pronounce this. That name is not something I have ever read before, so I am not gonna butcher it. It's just a palette that I use to work off of. I'm just wondering if I should just let these sit for a while and see if they oxidize, because if they do, my face might look like a completely different color by the time I finish doing my makeup. So I'm thinking I should do the rest of the stuff first, which is, I wanted to do like a green liner today. I took this with me to Goa because I thought I'm gonna do very cool tropical looks while I was there. So this is it. I'm just taking it very close to my lash line, and I'm gonna use a brush to kind of smudge and move it around. This product is so creamy, it's insane. I'm not doing a wing or anything of that sort now. I'm just very roughly making a very thin line. And I'm gonna be using this brush to move it around. This is the Allure 310 eyeliner brush. It's a flat top, very thin and very small brush. I'm not taking more product just yet. I'm just taking whatever is on the brush already to make like a soft wing. When I use cream products to do eye makeup, I always mention how you should do one eye at a time because the product can set, and while you're working on one eye, the other eye can just completely dry down with product, and it's gonna get very hard for you to be able to move the product. But with this product specifically, it is so creamy that it actually doesn't, it like takes a while to set. It does, but it takes a while. So it gives me plenty of time to place the product, move it on one eye and then shift to the other eye without having to struggle with blending it out. I think let's just leave it at that for the moment. I've let the complexion product sit for a bit, and I think the oxidation and stuff, however much it had to happen, has happened. So I'm just gonna take a flat synthetic brush and mix some of these to place on my face, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that kind of matches. So now I'm gonna dot it all over. I'm gonna leave this part of my face because this is one of those places where I have the pigmentation. So I'm gonna mix in a little bit of like an orange kind of a product in to make sure that it doesn't turn gray here. My foundation, I mean. I'm placing it everywhere. So that's the idea. I'm supposed to blend all of this in one go. Might also put some here. The contour shade that I used is not dark enough for me. I'm gonna add a very dark foundation to it to make it work. Now this looks like it's gonna work. Yep. So I'm gonna dot it here. I'm so surprised as to how I'm able to maintain such a good mood. I've been having mishaps since the morning. So I told you that I washed my hair today. So while applying my hair serum, I spilled almost the entire bottle on my bed today. It's still dirty, haven't cleaned it yet. And now I have stained my pristine white shirt with foundation. Go me. This video is so chaotic. Now I'm gonna place my blush here. Yeah, the way she did it, Chloe, I mean, it looked much neater. But this is who I am. I'm gonna use this brush, and I think I'm gonna be needing a smaller brush as well because this is too big. So the technique is that you start with lighter areas of your face and then move to the darker ones so that you don't like just blend it all together and just make your face look muddy. So I think I'm gonna start with the center of my face. And of course, while you're doing this, some of those products can start to set. So the way to make sure that you can still blend is to use a setting spray every few minutes. If you feel like your base products are kind of starting to set, you can just use a setting spray to kind of make everything emollient again and movable again, and that's gonna help you blend. The products that I have placed are blending just fine right now. If I feel like the products that I've placed are starting to leave small like streaks and spots behind, that's when I'll use the mist. But right now everything seems to be fine. Now blending this part up here, and now for the forehead. My skin definitely looks more like smoother and matte, which is not something that you would expect me to say and enjoy, but it is so hot, you guys. Like, I don't have to try to make my skin look dewy. It just looks dewy all the time because of all the sweat and the oil. Now I'm moving to the slightly darker parts of my face, which are this area because it's kind of pigmented. And now I'm actually just gonna continue to use this brush because I don't want to blend the foundation and the contour just into each other. I still want to be able to see them separately. So I'm just gonna continue to use this. And now for the contour, I'm gonna take my KJH Spectrum number 3 brush. This is a set of brushes that my idol Katie Jane Hughes collaborated with Spectrum Collections on. Spectrum Collections is a makeup and brush brand. Their brushes are also quite popular, and Katie came out with a set of 25 brushes, and I have it. And this is the number 3 brush. I'm not sure if it's still available, but you can check out the Spectrum Collections website and check if it is. If you're a professional, I would highly recommend these brushes because they're just unlike any other brushes that I've seen in the market. The shapes and sizes and the kinds of brushes that are available in this set are very unique, and I really enjoy them. Now to blend the contour, I'm gonna pick up some product on the brush already so that I don't take away too much from what is already placed on my face. So what I've picked up is the corrector concoction that I placed here. Yeah, so see, this place is it's kind of starting to set. So instead of spraying the mist directly on my face, I'm gonna spray it on my brush, and I'm using the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray just to make sure that the rest of the makeup doesn't move. The contour is the only product that I want to move. So yep, that definitely helped. And now for the dew, I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It is a brilliant product if you're not aware of it. I bought the mini, by the way, because this is a brilliant product to highlight with. Some people put it all over their face because it kind of does provide that lit from within kind of a glow, because the shimmer in this is so fine that you can't even tell that it's shimmer. It's one of those products that you genuinely have to try for yourself and see the results. It's not like any other liquid highlighter or anything that I've tried or even heard of or seen. It's just a whole different product. So the way I use it is I will take some of it on my palette. If you're gonna use it as a highlighter, which is what I do, you're not gonna need much. This is how much I've taken. Yes, this is what my palette looks like when I use it. Please don't judge me. But I'm just gonna take some on my finger, dot it here. I mean, can you really complain? Look at that. Ah. It just makes your skin look like it's just beaming. You are beaming, and it just looks so pretty. And now to finish up, I'm gonna curl my lashes, put on some mascara, put on some lipstick, and bid you farewell. And I'm using the Revlon So Fierce mascara. This is a washable variant, so I like it for day to day. Now for lips, I'm using the Chambord, what is it? The Velvet Touch Lip Liner Pencil in BR03. My nose is not blended. Oh, I just realized I didn't actually contour my nose. That's a crime. I'm gonna do it now. Placing it here. I'm gonna blend it out in a bit. And to fill in my lips, I'm gonna use a very discontinued lipstick. And now to blend the nose contour out, Cindy is covered perfectly. I'm just gonna take my brush all over my face once again to make sure everything's blended. And yeah, that is it. So the verdict is, I really like this technique, and it is definitely brilliant, and it's gonna save a lot of time for all those of you who usually do not have a lot of time and you have a foundation that you just wanna do this with. If you like the shade, if you like the formula, you can definitely do this every day and finish the whole look in about 5 minutes. But for me, like you see, this is kind of impractical, because for someone who has discoloration, which I think a lot of Indian women are going to, because it's so common with us, we have a lot of melanin in our skin. If you have kind of an even skin tone and foundations that suit you out of the bottle, please by all means go ahead. You're gonna really like this technique. Me on the other hand, my palette kind of looks like this, and I do not think that it's gonna be just, yeah, practical for me. So that is my verdict. Otherwise, I can see the appeal. I can see why a lot of people might like it. I can see why a lot of people will enjoy this. But nonetheless, I like doing my makeup this way. And I have put on makeup after a very long time today. So I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna wear it for a while, just sit around the house and edit this video. And yeah, just reiterating, if you're interested in the serum, please check out my description box for all the details regarding the products and where you can buy them. I think that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.